Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Dogecoin again. We haven't looked at this coin for a while, but it seems to have dropped off like we were anticipating. So now we're going to have a reevaluation and see exactly where we think this is going. But before we jump into that, just like to say thank you for your support. If you want to really support the channel, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It only takes a second and helps to keep you up to date with the videos that we put out. Also hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of these videos. Okay, so let's jump into the price action. So there was a few things that we were looking at here. Primarily, I'm still anticipating that this whole move to the upside here in this rally here was a B wave retracement, and I'm looking for continued evidence of this. Whether this is going to play out as a ABC to the downside or potentially drop down here past this 0.02991 zone and become a bigger impulsive structure. Though for the time being, there's no sort of confirmation that we are moving towards this low level, but we will keep tracking it. So what we can see here, if I jump into the 1 hourly time frame, is there's two ways of looking at this move, and basically what we were looking at is a potential that either we have extension within these waves, and this is a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 situation where we have a bigger impulsive structure, which we have an extension within the third wave. Okay, so if this is the case currently, then we would be looking to be in this wave 4. Within this structure to the upside currently, we seem to have developed what looks to be a 5-wave structure, and I think that there's a 5th wave left in this move. And what this would be looking at is something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to the upside. With this being said, what we'd be looking for then effectively is a retracement to the downside. So actually, if I just measure this this fourth wave so far. This fourth wave's come down to this 382 zone, so it could be completed there, and we could be looking for some upside here. If we are completed at this point, basically we would be looking to target out this zone here of the 0.7657 area to the 0.7589 zone. This would be a typical area that we could look to target out, and then we would look for rejection to the downside from this point. If this does play out, what we would then be looking for is potential that we then move down, and the downside of this would basically be looking to target out this 50% to this 0.786 zone. So that is 7295 to 7123. Basically, what we'd be looking for is that we would be looking for a potential move here in an A, looking for a retracement in a B, and then a C wave to the upside. So depending on where exactly this lands, it will affect the C wave target. But if we just go for the 0.618 or potentially this 50% because it lines up with these previous tops here and this bottom, it's possible it could land somewhere within that zone, and then we would be looking for a move to the upside, potentially up towards the zone of 79.29. Like I said, this all depends on where this B wave lands. Crossing below this 0.06997 zone would then actually invalidate this. So that's a red line over here. Crossing below this would then invalidate this potential for this ABC. Though should we have this ABC to the upside as we have it drawn here, this also aligns with our typical fourth wave rejection. And what we would be looking at here with this fourth wave rejection is the fact that we could see a rejection around this previous fourth wave, which would have been within this move here, and we could be looking for continuation to the downside. Should we then start to break down in 5-wave move, this would be my next target, which would be this 6801 to 6504 area. This could then potentially be the smaller third wave completed, and then we'd be looking for an additional 4th and a 5th wave. So the invalidations for these waves, the circled count, basically crossing back above this 8471, and the one which is in Roman numerals would be back above this 9269 area. So that would be invalidation. Moving back above these with either this 4th wave well, this move towards this up to the upside would then effectively invalidate this 5th wave, and we'd have to look at it completed here. If that does play out, then basically what we would be looking at is the potential for the secondary move that we're tracking playing out. And if I just quickly come in here, actually let me remove this stuff because it's gonna clash. And if we bring up this object tree, we switch over to the breakout count and turn this one off. There we go. So within this breakout count, actually, if I just zoom out a little bit here, what we are looking for the potential within this move is that we actually have, let me go into a higher time frame here. Instead of this B wave being completed at this high, we could still be within this B wave. So what this is looking at is for the potential that this is an A, this is a B, and this is a C wave. And the way that this could be a B wave, I'm going to drop back down into the smaller time frames now so we can go over it, is that potentially because of the overlap here, we could also count this as a ABC into this low point here, which would make this an A wave completed in this zone here. And if I can get this back on the spot where I took it off, seems harder than it should be. There we go. Then what we could be looking at is the potential that actually we have this as an A, this is a B, and then we have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So this would be a completed move, A, B, C to the downside, which then leads us to the potential of having a C wave to the upside. This C wave to the upside would be invalidated by crossing the 0.06997 area, like as much the same with the previous wave. So what we'd be looking at with this move is the potential of um, instead of breaking down after we reach the ABC target area. So like I said before, that target area is somewhere within this zone here. So either this wave can develop, like I said before, as an A, a B, and a C, or alternatively, what we could be looking at is the potential that we have a 5-wave move that's playing out here, just in the early development stages. And what we'd be looking at for this would be the potential that we form a 5-wave move up to this high point, and then from that point we look to break, up past this 8276 zone. That would then give us an impulsive structure. Obviously, we would need to have 5 waves within this move for it to be valid, so we need to make sure that we have that. But should we have a 5-wave move to the upside, which breaks this 8276 zone, then we could additionally be looking for this 5th wave up here to this 8523 to this 8364 zone. So this is a potential. I'm not very confident on it, given the potential for the extensions in the other count, and we'll have to see how this reacts. If this can manage to break back above these this high point at 8 cents, then potentially what we could have is this 3rd wave in play. Though failing to break back above this zone here would probably indicate that we are going to have continuation to the downside. So like I said, once we completed this 5-wave move, I'd be anticipating this pullback into this zone and then looking for whether we manage to break these highs and look to complete this bigger 5-wave move here. If we complete that, then there is possibility that we could actually form a bigger move to the upside here, where actually what we have is this is a wave 1, we look for another wave 2, and then we look for 3, 4, and a 5, basically. It could also develop as an ABC, so we need to just give it some time to develop, but this could push us towards this 1-to-1 target if this plays out, because if I just quickly, just roughly, we map this out, what we'd be looking at potentially 618 retracement, then if I just flip this up away, we grab this fib level, bring it up to this high, down to this low, then we can see effectively this 1.618 would take us up to these highs. We'd look for our 4th wave retracement, and then we would be looking for this this 5th wave to the upside. So this 5th wave to the upside would take us towards this 10 cent 612 and this 11 cent 120. So this could potentially play out, though we need more confirmation. And like I said, there is the other options still at play potentially. So it'll all be important on what happens from this 5-wave move. If this develops into this bigger circled 5-wave move, then potentially we have this this bigger structure to the upside that we could see. Though, like I said as well, it could also develop just as an ABC and just be a corrective move. Basically, until we start to break points like this high point here at, let me just get the exact figure here, 0.9555, basically until we break that zone, we can always just extend. So what I mean by that is we could have this whole move here become instead of a 5 wave move, we could get something like this, where we form a move like this as an ABC, so a 3 wave move, and then we start to break down again in a bigger structure to the downside. So that's just something we need to be aware of, is that if we do start to, unless we start to take some of these highs, it becomes less likely that we're looking for this, though we will be given some earlier confirmation by the structure of these waves. So we'll keep you posted on these, and we'll try to keep you up to date. So with all that said and done, I'm going to leave the video there. I hope everyone enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. I know there's over 40% of the people watching these videos who haven't subscribed, so why not hit that subscribe button? It helps keep you up to date, helps support the channel, keeps us motivated to do more videos. We really appreciate it. And yeah, like I said, leave us some comments and some feedback down below. Um, yeah, so that's it. Everyone keep safe out there, and until we see each other in the next video, take care.